H. Murray's with Brian the owner, the most famous whiskey bar in the whole of Amsterdam. Tell us a little bit about it, Brian.
My name's Brian. I moved here from Ireland 15 years ago. And, well, we didn't obviously start this 15 years ago. We ran Molly's for a good while, and 2 years ago we were happy enough to be able to open our own whiskey bar. Myself and Stephen, my brother, are whiskey drinkers ourselves, and so this is more of a hobby that turned into a career. Currently I have 140 on stock.
Wow.
I would like to have more. Sadly though, the shelf space limits me to what I currently have. So we usually do, when one goes, we replace it with a new one, so it's like an extension policy there. My personal favorites are usually on the bourbon or rye side of things. I have a few Scotch, definitely have a good few Irish, but most of what we serve are American bourbons.
Okay, so you're an aficionado of whiskies.
I wouldn't consider myself, I don't know, maybe I'm too modest for that. I would just say I'm an avid fan and a lover of whiskey, but I'm sure there's people who know a lot more about it than I do.
Okay, but as many people drunk as much as you have whiskey?
I would like to wager a bet on that.
It's a fabulous venue, and like I say, we're in the red light district of Amsterdam.
Heart of the red light.
So how many, just reiterate once more, that's a big word for a Mancunian, how many actual whiskies do you stock? Right.
140.
140 whiskies.
140.
So what's the most unique whiskey that you can order in this place?
The most unique one, I would say, just because it's hard to get, and that's half the battle these days with whiskies, is availability. Okay. This one, the Michter's 20-year-old rye. Okay. Usually American whiskies or ryes don't do aging as much as, like, for example, Irish or Scottish whiskies do. Okay. So to have a 20-year-old rye is quite rare, and to have it on this side of the Atlantic is rarer still.
Oh, really?
So that would, for me personally, be probably my most prized possession, for lack of a better word. Okay. But obviously, everybody has a personal taste. They have a personal preference. I wouldn't go out and say it's the nicest one, because everybody has a different one. Okay, yes. Another one which is really unusual I have is the Volson. Here's nicknamed the White Rhino.
The White Rhino, okay.
It's an unaged. It's made in the French Alps. The distillery no longer exists, so you can't buy it anymore.
Yeah, and it's a long way to go for the whiskey up the Alps.
And it's unaged, and the nickname obviously comes from the strength. That one will knock you out.
That's a powerful one. So what's the percentage, alcohol percentage, the strongest whiskey that you actually do?
The strongest one I have would be this one, the Booker's. That's 63%. That's a barrel strength, because it's a little known fact.
That's powerful.
Most people don't know, which is always funny to me when people complain about adding ice cubes to their whiskey. Okay. Every whiskey that you get in a bottle, whatever one you pick, if it's bottle strength, it's already been mixed with water. When it comes from the barrel, before they bottle it, they mix it to make it 40% alcohol. Okay. It comes from the barrel around 60. Yes. So everyone's already mixed with water. Okay. This one, being a barrel strength one, is not mixed.
Okay, that's
so it
comes serious stuff.
Exactly.
That's knockout drops.
62%. Yeah,
that's your powerful stuff, that. You know.
I'll take that one. I need a nightcap.
What do we do with a drunken sailor? So how many actual authentic whiskey bars are there in the red light district of Amsterdam, or is this the only one?
No. There's two more that I know of that are around the red light, on the border of, so to say. They're about 200 meters from here. Yes. One is the aforementioned Molly Malone's. Okay. They stock about 100 different Irish. Okay. And there's another one on the Zeedijk called Zilt, which has about 120, mostly Scotch. So we're not competitors. We're mates. I get along with those guys as well. Yeah. You know, the pie is big enough for all of us.
I think that's really cool that you mention the other people, because we're all in business together. We want to bring the best out in people, and to be unique is very difficult in alcohol.
Every idea has already been done once before.
Absolutely.
Those guys are just on the border red light, but Michael at Zilt and Stephen at Molly's run a great bar too, and so one does Irish, one does Scotch, and I do American. So we're not in each other's way at all. It's fine. In a way, when you think about it, it's like, the Peaky Blinders stuff. I did the voiceover for the original Peaky Blinders. Did you?
Yeah, but that's just Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the tracks where the viaduct bloom.
I've never actually watched the shows.
It's great. But I'll tell you why I'm mentioning that, because there's a lot of whiskey drinking in the show.
True.
And also beards. And also the look. And it's like, people say now how how incredible it is. The whiskies, you know, it's not just about. It's really big now. It was a while ago. It's like your vodkas and your gins and stuff. You know, your mixes, but whiskies.
I do
like
have a lot of people come in. Normally, obviously, it's roasting out now today, but normally we do the waistcoat and tie here as well. Not specifically because of Peaky Blinders. It's just for me back home in Ireland, the bartender wears a shirt and tie. That's just the way. You know, we don't do jeans and t-shirts.
Ireland's a wonderful country, by the way.
So, but we do get a lot of people coming in and say, "Oh, it's kind of like Peaky Blinders." So I've only learned about the show afterwards. If I ever find the time, I'll watch it. But,
Okay.
I'm too much of a workaholic to be watching shows.
Okay. Liam Clancy was my favourite singer from Ireland.
The Clancy Brothers.
The Clancy Brothers, yeah.
Nice.
When first I saw the love light in your eyes.
16,
When first,
but the Furies.
The Furies were brilliant, wasn't they? Dave Arthur and the Furies.
Exactly.
They were fantastic. Yeah, that was the main one. Can you tell us a little bit about the website for the bar, how they can get hold of it, Brian? Can you?
hmurrays.com. Alternatively, Facebook, H Murrays. There's only one like us. Alternatively, it's a 1-minute walk from Central Station. Literally, if you look out the window, you can see it. So it's quite easy to find. And I would say, we're not on Instagram anymore. Oh, sorry about that. We're a bit old-fashioned. We're an old-fashioned bar.
To be old-fashioned.
Exactly.
I mean, how can you, you know?
Old-fashioned as well, by the way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the thing is, you know, at the end of the day, I was born in 1953, and my father was a big whiskey drinker. But I was sponsored by Jack Daniels in Texas, and that was a long story. But I know there's far better, superior whiskies than Jack Daniels. You have some great whiskies here. So, Amsterdam Now TV, it's a brand new program. And we're just very honoured to be here and share with you today, Brian. So, one more thing about just tell us what's special about Amsterdam.
Special about Amsterdam? For the people, mostly. Not so much the tourists, but the original people, Amsterdam people. They're fun.
The locals.
Yeah. They're fun. They're quick-witted. Always in for a laugh. Always have their answer ready. Okay. I like Amsterdam. Also, they're easygoing. They don't judge. It's so different if you compare that to, let's say, Ireland or the UK. I mean, obviously it's different nowadays because there's less and less people from Amsterdam living in Amsterdam. But the ones that are still here, that's what I love most, is the original Amsterdam people.
Well, you've got a lot of fire in your eyes, and we wish you all the luck in the world. Amsterdam Now TV, brand new TV program. Good night, God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.